Well, it's December 12th. It's the 12th day of Vlogmas. You may have noticed that there's a few days missing in between my last Vlogmas video and this one, and that's because I have been swamped. I have been swamped with things to do. So I didn't have an opportunity to get a video made for those days, but guess what? I'm here today and you're here, and I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for joining me on Vlogmas Day 12. Day 12 of Vlogmas. It is really flying by fast, quickly. And I don't feel like I've gotten everything decorated because I haven't. I still haven't put up the nativity scene. There are still plenty of things laying around that I haven't got done. And I don't know if I'm going to get them done. I will get Candy Cane Lane done. That's a given. Those kids love Candy Cane Lane. Well, let's see what our tea is today. It's char brew tea today. Black tea, orange peel, ginger pieces, cinnamon, liquid honey, and marigold petals. Oh, that sounds delicious. Ready for a good cup of tea this morning. I certainly am. Smells really good. I'm ready to put that in my teacup and enjoy a cup of tea. I got something, Donald got something for me. It's called a Tea Buddy, and it goes over the top of your cup like this. Now, this tea bag does not have a string or a tag on it, but if you did have a string or a tag, you could run it right through this little hole, through this little gap right here, and it would hold it up for you. So you could take it out when you wanted to, and this, when you pour your water in, it holds your steam in. That little tea bag, buddy, it comes in a little container like this and tells you all about it. Keeps your tea hot, holds your tea bag in place, microwave and dishwasher safe. I think it's silicone. It is. I see it right there. It's just got instructions on how to use it. And when you pull your tea bag up, if it's on here, you can squeeze it and squeeze the rest of your tea out. A lot of times people, tea snobs tell you not to squeeze it because if you do that, then it kind of makes things cloudy. So I don't know if I'll be squeezing today. My tea bag. Got the kettle on. We'll get a nice cup of tea going. The weather is beautiful. It's cold and kind of gray, just like it should be on December the 12th day. I have had a long list, been like busy as a bee, and you know how it gets when it's near the end of the week. You get kind of like, whoa, got to take a break. Well, the good thing about it is today is Laid Back Friday. Now, on Fridays, we just take it easy. I don't do a lot of work, and it's the same way with Monday. Mondays are my days off, so I don't do a lot of work on Monday. I say that, but then I have a lot of chores that have to get done. So I still am working, but I'm not pushing myself like I usually am during the week. So today's Laid Back Friday. The kids will they'll be laying back and enjoying the day. I've been trying to get some projects done around here, as well as get some of the Christmas stuff ready. So I've been like a busy bee, and that's why I haven't videoed very much. Now today, Habitat for Humanity in our area, they're having their free day. Their whole parking lot is full of stuff that you can go pick up free, and you can get 2 pieces per truck. Now, I don't have anywhere to put anything, but I always loved the free days. I love to go look and see what's out there. They had some beautiful things. They had some office chairs and some different things. It wasn't anything that I needed, but I really did think, if there was somebody in need, what a good thing to have, a free day. Well, my cup is Merry Christmas. This is last year's Merry Christmas cup. Pretty sure it came from Home Goods. That's usually where I pick things like this up. Got my little tea bag in there ready for my cup of tea. And the wonderful thing about life is it keeps going on whether it's a holiday or not. You still got to do certain things and press on. And so that's what I've been trying to do this morning. My lips are chapped again. I have got lip balm that I use, and I'm going to have to make a better one. I'm going to have to make one that has more beeswax in it so it'll just stay on more. This year I've just had the driest lips I've ever had. Isn't that funny how things like that happen? Waiting on my tea. Oh, sorry. You're not boring. I'm just trying to get woke up, moving around, and trying to think of what I have to do. One of my little grandson's birthday is today, and so when he comes, I've got his present ready, and that'll be fun to have a sweet birthday today. So we'll celebrate him and let him enjoy himself. And other than that, it's just the normal chores that I've got to do today. The normal things, nothing extra. I don't know that I even want to take on anything extra. I haven't done as much Christmas shopping as I need to do. So, I'm just going to find a different route this morning. Not going to worry. I've got a few gifts. The ones that I knew what they wanted right off was easier to pick up. There are some of my family that it's just they're really hard to buy for. Some of them have everything they want, and some of them's tastes are so specific that I don't think I could ever buy them anything that they really liked anymore. Like one of my sons loves to rock climb, and he's real outdoorsy, and you can only buy so many jackets, and it's just, I wouldn't begin to know what kind of rock climbing equipment that he would need. And it's just getting harder to buy for as I get older, I guess. But we'll figure something out, and I really need to make a list and go about trying to find something, the perfect thing for somebody that's really hard to buy for. We let the kids buy presents last year. We just let them buy them wherever they wanted to, some of my grandkids. And some of their gifts were a success, and some of them were a flop. Some people didn't understand what they were getting was because it came from a child's point of view. But me and the children had a lot of fun doing it, and I hope that everybody that received those gifts will figure out that they come from the heart. They come from little minds and little hearts that thought they were picking out something that their loved one would like. But gift giving can be stressful if you allow it. I'm not going to allow it. It's not that big a deal. So I'm not stressing this year. I got this little rascal buddy back here behind me. She is something else. She's been getting the zoomies at night and tearing through things, and so that's been a little bit of a challenge. Of course, that's normal kitty behavior. She's really a really sweet cat. So we'll let this steep for just a few minutes. I may try Donald's trick and go get a piece or two of ice and add it in there so that I can drink it a little faster. That might be a good idea. My grandma used to do that with her coffee. I don't know why I didn't think about doing it with the tea. And then Donald always does it with his tea. So there you go. Well, I'm trying the tea that little Stormy, one of my little granddaughters. I have 3 granddaughters and 3 grandsons. Isn't that wonderful? one of my little granddaughters, she packed my little advent calendar, my little snowman advent calendar, and I've been enjoying a tea every day. Now, she put 2 in most of the little drawers on the advent calendar. See, in day 12, there's 2, so I'll be able to come back in here and have one for the afternoon. I drink at least 2 teas a day. And that's this side that we've already went through. Here's the little snowman advent calendar. And then here on the other side, we'll be starting next week. I enjoyed the tea advent calendar that my friend Sharon purchased for me one year as a gift, and I went to look for another one. I couldn't find a tea advent calendar, but I had bought this last year on clearance. I had bought it on sale, so I thought, oh, I could just make my own. And the way that the tea will be a surprise in that is I'll let somebody else do it. Stormy volunteered for that, and she enjoyed it. She enjoyed packing these little things with tea. I had that frog tape out because I used it as a guideline to nail up this side. I did put the Candy Cane Lane up over the door. And that's appropriate because this will lead you into where Candy Cane Lane is. And the hand-carved wooden swag that I've got right here that I had over that door, I just put it over these pictures. You know, I had a big gold framed mirror right here with a bow on the top that I'd had for years. And then Donald and I decided, well, we'd just pull out the artwork from the corners over here and put something that we really like to look at every day. And so he had bought this Kathleen's Geraniums by Carolyn Rowan for me for my birthday one year, had it framed. And then this past year he bought, I can't remember if it was my birthday or our anniversary. I think it was our anniversary. He bought this house, and it looks much like the house that I grew up in. And this is a picture of the house that I grew up in. Now, of course, this house, it's a real up-close shot, and it's sepia. It's kind of sepia colored because it's aging. But you can see the metal roof. The chimneys, there were a chimney on each side. You couldn't see it because the picture's cut off. This is my little sister hanging out. Isn't she adorable? She's saying hello. We had 2 front doors. This house originated as a log cabin. So this right here was a log cabin. When they tore this house down, those logs sold for a lot of money because they were original logs, and it was a log cabin down here. And this is the house that I grew up in. You can see it had the front porch with the same kind of railings, and it did have 2 chimneys. There is a name for this. I don't know if it's a federal style or not, but there is a name for this type of house. And you can see up here, this house is very similar. This is an art print that Donald bought from his brother. It is Kimberly Langerine. And it's just beautiful. I was thrilled to get this. And of course, we took it to Hobby Lobby to have it framed, and it was $144 to have it framed. I don't know how much he gave for the print, but I really loved this gift. So we rearranged the living room here to put those things that we love here. And I've got to find somewhere to put this. I had it right over here where this "I will cling to the old rugged cross" was at, but you just couldn't really see it, and sometimes people wanted to see it, and it was just really hard to get to. So I moved it, and I've just got it here trying to figure a prominent place where I can display it and share it if need be. Me and my friend Sharon and I have a unique story about our friendship, and maybe she'll want to share that with you one day. And it's snowing outside. I don't know if you can see it against the trees there, but it's a light snow. And I didn't even know that it was going to snow today. Isn't that something beautiful? Well, I don't think the snow showed up very good on the video, but the water spots off of the window did. We never got our windows washed this fall. Can you believe it? Never got to it. So our spray and stuff is out there in that little storage that's outside near the hose, and we didn't get to get the windows cleaned. I love to get them cleaned before winter, but we didn't do it. Well, the tea's looking really good. I like this little thing. Kept the steam in good. My little tea buddy. Now, I didn't have a string or a tag on this tea bag. A lot of tea companies are leaving those off because, see, that's just extra things to throw away. The string and the tag that's on a lot of the teas. But you can see here, if you have a tag on your tea, you run it up through here and then through that little crack, and then when you lift up your thing, your tea bag comes with it. You can actually move it up and down to get the tea infused in the water really good. I love it. He found me something unusual that goes for a tea drinker. And I like it. But the thing I like most about it is I love to put a saucer. I usually put a saucer or something on top of the teacup so that it holds the steam in while the tea is infusing in. And this helps do it. It's got a little crack, but that's okay. It's still held in most of the steam. You can see all of that. So the tea is looking good. Yeah, it was just a light dusting. I'd say maybe a dusting of snow out there. It's a good cup of tea. I'm going to drink that this morning. I so wanted to go out there and look at Habitat for Humanity and see what they were giving away today. And they have a lot of things marked down inside their showroom, inside their storefront there. They have a lot of things marked down. But I'm not in. Right now I'm just not needing much of anything. In fact, I'm going through and sorting through. Now, me and Donald have got to get our bookshelves built because I've got a lot of books and I've been living with them in here in the living room, and they just take up a lot of space. But they're books that I love, that I still read often, I refer back to. I have gardening books, cookbooks, and if you've been around and know that I'm an avid reader, I love to read a cookbook just like a regular book. And I will. I'll read it from cover to cover and just read each recipe, and I enjoy that. So I have a lot of recipe books. The two that I particularly love to collect are Southern recipe books and American recipe books. And so that's two things that I really enjoy, and I have quite a bit of them. So I've got a collection of books that I don't want to go anywhere because I enjoy reading them. But they need a home. We've got to find somewhere where we can build some bookshelves. And so that's for another day. We still have our bathroom floor. I think we've had that floor for more than a year, maybe a year and a half now. And we haven't got that new floor put down. Donald wants to do it himself, and he pulls the commode up, changes the wax ring, pulls the trim up. I can't do all that stuff. I could put the floor down, take the old floor up and put the floor down, but I couldn't do it the way he does it. I couldn't do it by pulling up the commode and going up under it and replacing the wax ring. I just can't. That's more than I can do physically and skill set, because I have so much other things going on and I couldn't get it all done. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I just wait when he has a free day. Of course, it's still hunting season, so Donald's still hunting, and he's got 2 deers. So we've got enough deer that we can go ahead and make hamburger and the sausage and everything out of it. Some of it's frozen right now, which when you make sausage, you want it to be slightly frozen so that it goes through the grinder better. So that is still waiting to be done. And he is taking care of his mother. Him and his brother, they have a lot going on, working full time. And so he's a busy man too. He has a lot going on, and he tries to help everybody when he can. Donald was in maintenance for 18 years, and he just has a good knack to figure out what is going on. He knows all the resource places where to get the things that he needs to help repair things for people, and so he just stays really busy. That's one of the reasons we have date day, is because we can't let it go too long that we don't just connect and have some time for ourselves. So there's a lot of things in life that's just going right on. You know, we have to slow down and make conscious choices sometimes. Hopefully the holidays we'll have some extra time. We can go see people that we love and spend some time with them that we don't get to all year long. And hopefully it all works out good. So we'll just pray for that and try to do the best we can. And hopefully we can get some things done around here. Probably not so much in the winter, but maybe this spring we can get a lot done around here. Some projects that's on our list. We'll have to aim towards those after Christmas because we can't let them keep piling up. We've got to get some of it done. And so hopefully we'll do that. Make a plan to do that. And if we do change, put that new floor down and everything, I will share the video with you. I still haven't got that repair made in the bathroom, and here it is, Christmas, where that, where the cat tore it. Maybe I can get that done today. Maybe I'll make that a priority. I did get the Christmas quilt put on this chair. I haven't got my big one put on the back of the couch yet. So this is the area where the cat just, played with the wallpaper. And the new cat also loves to scratch right here and play with the wallpaper. But they've tore it completely off of this little section right here. I didn't have a lot of this wallpaper in here. There is just right here. And it was vinyl wallpaper. So I thought, well, it'll be easier to wash this wall and everything. Hey, Cookie. We got a Cookie moment. He's come out. So when it gets cold, I like to cuddle up somewhere warm. But Cookie has never torn anything up like this. It's just been little kittens, the little kitten that we had. But I've got to replace this. I think I'll just have to take off what is here. I'll have to get a knife and just peel off this wallpaper, dampen it and peel it off. I did find this here in the closet, which is a little remnant of the wallpaper, which is more than enough to repair this little section. Now, at one time, I had this vanity painted the same as this wallpaper, and it's really easy to do because you can see this wallpaper is basically just this burgundy red, and then I had the exact same shade of red, and then you just put black, sponge in some black and gold, and just kind of mix it in. And I had this vanity looking just like this wallpaper. But the vanity, it got to looking kind of old, scratched up and everything where the kids are here. And, of course, this is the faucet, so their little knees, and they have a little stool that was just bumping up against this. But I think everybody can reach the faucet now without a stool. So, well, Cookie just decided he'd just lay down and listen about all this going on in the bathroom. This is where the little kitty's been staying. It likes to cuddle up behind the commode. And so when we come in, it's like a little cat nursery. And it's a little cat. And he hadn't been coming in here much. He loves to jump up and get in and lay in the sink for some reason. He likes to get up here and lay in the sink sometimes, especially if I'm in here cleaning the tub or the commode. He will jump up there and just lay in there and watch me do that. But he is hanging in. I know I hadn't shown him a lot. He's playful this morning. He never hurts me. He just gently, gently will hold my hand, or well, as I said that, he hooked a little claw into my finger. He never does that. I guess the kitty's got him riled up a little bit. Well, back to the vanity. Donald put these old knobs on for me. I love them. I do. I love those crystal knobs, and I love that about old houses, the beautiful touches that you had like that you take for granted. But they're big, they're bodacious, they're out there, and I like them. I don't want to change this vanity because Donald's put a little shelf right here over here for us, and that holds a lot of stuff, and then just different things. It just fits in this space good, and I don't want a new vanity. This one's solid wood, and I'd rather have solid wood over press board any day of the week. So if you're looking at new vanities, make sure you get one that's solid wood, because who wants anything that gets wet in the bathroom and just swells up? So that's I know. I'm happy with this one. I'm happy with it until he wants to remodel the bathroom. Now, he may get up one day and say, we've got to remodel the bathroom. And if that happens, then I'll just have to hang in there with it. But he sometimes thinks, oh, we could just, tile the bathroom and everything out. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes in the future. But right now, I'm just happy with this mess. This is the same vanity that's been in here for 40 years. So we've been living here for a little over 40 years. This is the same vanity that's been in here. So it's sufficed. I like it. It's good enough. I appreciate it. I don't have to change things all the time. I used to change things a lot, but trust me, after being in a house for this many years, I have changed things over and over and over. And I am not wanting to do that constantly all the time anymore. I've hit a peak where I still want things to be nice and clean, but certainly not modern. I'm not a modern person anyway. They have scratched this little area right here. Now the paint is off of it. But I'll get in here with a bucket and some Murphy's oil soap or some good cleaner, and I will just clean down these moldings on a regular basis. That's how dirty things can get around here. Well, I have got to, since I'm down here, I think I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I'm going to go ahead and knock this out so that this can of paint, I went and got this can of paint out of the basement. I love Behr paint. That's what I use. This is Scuff Defense because it's in the bathroom and it gets a lot of scuffing. But I am just going to go ahead and finish whatever it is I was going to do here. And then after I drug the paint up here, because I thought I was going to have to take this wallpaper off and just carry the paint around instead of putting new wallpaper on. But now that I found the little piece of wallpaper in the bathroom, I think I'll go ahead and put it back here. I'll go ahead and fix this mess that's right here. Now I'm just going to take a razor blade and score this a little bit. So that when I put the water on this, it'll seep in. Now I'm sure there's fancier tools out there than what I have, but I'm just going to use what I have on hand. You know, the thing about these little things, chores that's undone, is every time you come into the bathroom, you notice them and you say, oh my gosh, I need to get that fixed. I've been saying that for a while. I think you're supposed to let this sit on here for a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and see how much of it I can get off like this. I've got about 30 minutes before the other kids get here. Before the kids get here today. And so I'm going to go ahead and move on with it. Now, I don't know how much of this overlaps onto the vanity here. This is just showing you how I do it. It's not a tutorial on how to do it the correct way. Although I have hung a lot of wallpaper in my day, and I have removed a lot of wallpaper. Coming off pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and wet this again. The easiest thing to do would be just to go ahead and paint this the same color as the vanity. I don't see how putting the wallpaper really brings any advantage to it. Doesn't really add anything more beautiful, this little spot right here. And I will definitely have to paint this little where the chair rail doesn't go up under here. We had to replace the vanity, and when we did, Donald just cut that back. But I'll finish scraping all of this off and get it prepped for the next thing that needs to be done. Well, look at that. Well, that was a big mess for such a little area, wasn't it? So I got all that scraped off. I'm going to pick all that up and wipe the floor down. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and paint this instead of wallpapering it. It's such a small area. I don't think that it would be that much greater to paint, to wallpaper it. And then, you know, there would be, it would be different anyway because I don't have this faux painted like I used to. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and paint it. I'm going to go ahead and put all this, clean all this up and put it in a bag and paint this little section of wall. Now this floor's in rough shape too. We'll have to tackle that one day. Now this video is getting really long, so I'm going to have to wind it up, and I've got to let this dry before I can paint it. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and close out this video, and I'll show you what it looks like in the next video. Thank you for joining me today, and like always, until next time.